Hey guys, welcome to today's yoga video. We're just going to be going through some sun salutations, little warrior sequence. If you like the video, hit subscribe. I'm going to try to do as many of these videos as possible. And go to nolanfit.com and sign up for my newsletter. It's full of really good stuff. I try to send out good emails, but I'm not that disciplined. Anyway, I don't send out a lot of emails. So we'll come to stand front and center on your mat. Inhale, raising both hands up over your head. Exhale, fold forward at the waist, down into a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Exhale, walk yourself out into your plank and chaturanga. Inhale into your upward dog. And exhale into your downward dog. We're going to hold the downward dog for 5 breaths. On your 5th exhale, look in between your hands, walk or jump forwards. Back in your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold down a little bit deeper. Inhale, coming all the way to standing, raising both hands up over your head. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Cool. Again, inhale, raising both hands up. Exhale, fold over at the waist. Inhale, lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, walk or jump out. Plank and chaturanga. Inhale into your upward dog. And exhale into your downward dog. And again, holding for 5 breaths. On the 5th exhale, look in between your hands, walk or jump forwards. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold down a little bit deeper. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Again, inhale, raising both hands up. Exhale, fold over at the waist, down into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, walk or jump out into your plank. And chaturanga. Inhale into your upward dog. And exhale into your downward dog. So from here, we're going to come into our warrior sequence. So raising your right leg all the way up behind you, and then stepping your right foot through in between your hands for a low lunge, giving a little rock front and back. Dropping your back heel down to the ground at about a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then float all the way up into your warrior one. Think about squaring off your hips to the front of the mat by driving the outside edge of your left foot into the ground. I'm opening up into your warrior two, reaching both hands out in either direction. Just taking note to see that the heel of your front foot is in line with the arch of your back foot. And then drive that front knee forwards and breathe. Dropping your back hand to your back leg, reaching your top arm over your head behind you as you drive your right knee forwards. Taking a deep breath, and then on the exhale, bring your right elbow to your right knee, reaching your left arm out over your head in front of you. And then rolling that left shoulder blade back so your heart is looking up towards the sky. Now keeping that top arm strong and a good space between your biceps and your ears, we're going to take your bottom arm, reach out and try and grab onto an image of the sun. Extend it up to the sky and towards the back of the mat. Reach it towards the front of the mat as far forwards as you can. One more time up into the back of the mat. And then cartwheel, both hands down, either side of your front foot. Walk yourself out into your plank and chaturanga. Inhale into your upward dog. And exhale into your downward dog. Raising your left foot all the way up behind you. stepping your left foot through in between your hands for a low lunge. Giving a little rock front and back. Dropping your back heel down to the mat, about a 45-degree angle. Lengthen through your spine and float all the way up into your warrior one. Pressing the outside edge of your back foot into the mat. And trying to pull your left hip back and your right hip forwards. Sinking your shoulders down away from your ears. And then opening up into your warrior two. Taking the gaze over the ring finger of your left hand. Dropping your back hand down to your back leg, reaching your top arm over your head behind you. Then transition left elbow to left knee, reaching your right arm up over your head. And then rolling your right shoulder blade back so your heart looks up towards the ceiling or sky. Reaching your bottom arm out to grab onto your giant golden orb of happiness. Extend it up into the back of the mat. Looking forward to the front of the mat. One more time up into the back. And then cartwheeling both hands down, either side of your front foot. Walk yourself out into your plank and chaturanga. Inhale into your upward dog. Exhale into your downward dog. Coming down onto your hands and knees, we're going to experiment with crow. Now, if you don't have a crow practice, it's never a bad time to start. If you do have a crow practice, just go right into it. What we're going to do is try and balance on our hands. So I begin by putting my knees all the way into my armpits, my fingertips spread really wide, and then I rock up on my toes and bend at the elbows, creating a shelf for my knees. Just kind of slowly bring one foot up after the other until you're balancing in your crow. Hold as long as you want, and then when you're ready to come out, slowly ease out. And you can come in and out of this position a few times. Whoop, came off the mat. All right, we'll do it one more time. And then whenever you're ready, we'll come all the way down into child's pose and rest for a moment. If you want to rotate your palms to face up. Pressing your palms down into the ground, we're going to curl under your toes and come back into your downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to raise your right foot all the way up behind you, and then float your right knee to your right elbow, hovering above the ground for a moment. Send it straight back up behind you. Float your right knee to your left elbow, crossing under your midline. Send it straight back up behind you. Bring your knee to your nose, try and kiss your kneecap. Send it straight back up behind you, and then folding through into pigeon pose. So bring your right knee behind your right wrist, and then inch your left foot back until your hips are pretty close down to the mat. Inhale to look up, and then exhale, walking yourself down to let your forehead rest on the mat or the ground or a block. And then whenever you're ready to come up, slowly walking yourself up, pausing for a moment at the top. Take a look over one shoulder. Take a look over the other. And then if you want to stretch out that left hip flexor a little bit more, you can reach your left arm back to kind of grab onto that heel or top of your foot. Just give a gentle pull. And if you really want to come into it, wiggle that foot into the crook of your hand and reach your top arm over your head behind you and go for the bind. Slowly releasing to come out, making your way onto your hands and knees and all the way back into your downward dog. You're raising your left heel all the way up behind you, floating your left knee to your left elbow. Send it straight back up behind you. Left knee to right elbow. Straight back up behind you. Bring your knee to your nose. Straight back up behind you. And folding through into pigeon pose on the other side. Wiggling that right foot back until your hips are just about as low down as they want to be. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, coming down to rest. Forehead on either your hands. You can stack your hands or a mat or a pillow or whatever. You're going to try and let your body be as heavy as it can be for a few moments. Whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly walk yourself back up, pausing for a moment at the top. Take a look over one shoulder, gentle spinal twist. Take a look over the other. And if you want to get the stretch going in the hip flexor on the other side, go for it. Doing whatever you need to do and then slowly coming out. And we're going to roll all the way over onto your bum. Scooting down so your heels are kind of at the edge of the mat. You're going to move the sit muscles out of the way. So you're just sitting on the ground and pushing your heels away from you so the backs of your knees are going down into the ground. You're going to inhale, raising both hands up over your head, and then exhale to fold down into a forward fold. And wherever you grab onto is wherever you grab onto. And think about the hands just kind of holding your body in place, but to make the stretch deeper, you're pushing your backs of your knees into the ground and breathing. So we're going to stay here for about 5 to 10 breaths. Just try and let your head hang as heavy as it can be. Whenever you're ready to come out, we're going to reach past your feet, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Cool. So making your way flat onto your back, we're going to reach your hands over your head. Open up your hands and your arms, legs and arms in the shape of a star, taking a deep breath. And then on the exhale, we're going to float up into boat pose. So inhaling deeply and exhaling to come up into your boat. So for boat, we're imagining someone is pulling you from your heart and your shoulder blades are drawing back together. Inhale, raising both hands up over your head, and then exhale, coming all the way back down. And we'll do 2 more of those. Opening up into your starfish shape, taking a deep breath, and then exhale to float up. That nice strong boat. With the ocean behind me, I kind of feel like a boat. Raising both hands up. So coming down, opening up into your starfish shape. We're going to do that one last time. Taking a deep breath, and then on the exhale, floating all the way up. And breathing. Raising both hands up over your head. Slowly exhale all the way down. Beautiful. So I'm going to come into shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand, that's fine. But if you want to try it, a good thing to do is to bend your knees so you plant your feet down on the ground. Find your heels with your fingertips. And then you can raise your hips up off the floor. And if this is as far as you want to go, that's fine. If you want to take it a little bit further, interlace your fingers. Walk your elbows and your triceps towards each other so you kind of getting your back up off the floor. If you want to stay here, that works too. If you want to come all the way up into the shoulder stand, we're going to use your hands to support your lower back and then kick one foot after the other. And using your hands to support your back, your legs are up in the air, and then whatever you want to do with your legs here is up to you. So you can do splits, you can run in the air, you can come into Baddha Konasana, whatever you want. It's just about kind of getting your feet higher than your heart and listening to your body. What kind of movements are right for your body? We'll stay up here for a few more breaths. Then to come out of it, we're going to bring your toes all the way to the ground behind your head. Extend your arms along the mat like railroad tracks, and then lower one vertebrae at a time all the way down until you're laying flat on your back. Hugging both knees into your chest. Give a little rock from side to side. Straighten out your right leg along the floor. Using your right hand, we're going to pull your left knee across your body into a spinal twist and reach your left arm out to the side. Stay here for about 5 to 10 breaths. And think about as you exhale, you just become heavier in your body. Not forcing the stretch, but just easing into it. Once you're done with that, we're going to slowly make your way onto your back again, hugging both knees into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Then straighten out your left leg along the floor, with your left hand pulling your right knee across your body and reaching your right arm out to the side. Once you're all done with your 5 to 10 breaths, slowly we're going to make your way onto your back again, hugging both knees into your chest. And then bringing your forehead up into your knees, making your body like a little itty bitty seed. And straighten on out into your Shavasana pose. And we'll hold Shavasana just for a few moments. Just letting your feet splay out to the sides and your palms face up towards the sky. And take the next few breaths to try and observe your body in a state of complete rest. slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes to bring movement back into your body. At your own pace, draw your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your side and push yourself up into a comfortable sitting position. Close with your hands resting on your lap or your thighs and your eyes closed. And taking in a few breaths. And sending out a silent message of peace and love and healing to anyone out there who could use it today. Inhale, raising both hands up over your head. Exhale, hands into a prayer in front of your heart. And we'll finish with a heartfelt namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Again, if you like the Yoga Flow, hit subscribe and go to nolanfit.com and sign up for my newsletter. Thanks, and I'll see y'all soon.